Hey guys, happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you ladies are doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody's doing amazing. I know it's holiday. I know it's a holiday weekend. Technically, it's Halloween, but I wanted to come on here real quick to do this live. This is going to be a very important conversation. All right, so hopefully you guys are able to watch the replay whenever you guys are available. All right, so it's going to be an important topic, so be sure to share the live. And also hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. All right, so so many women need to see this because I'm going to talk about 5 things that feed fibroids, okay? There's a lot of things that feed fibroids, but make them grow bigger, but I'm going to talk about 5 today. 5 things that feed fibroid tumors. And many of them, the things I'm going to name, are things you probably never even thought about, probably you haven't heard before. But hopefully this helps a woman who is dealing with fibroids. Because like I said before, I get so many messages of women who are battling fibroids and struggling with fibroids and the symptoms that it comes with. And they don't want to do surgery. They don't want to, continue doing these different birth controls. That's just making things worse. And that's just managing the symptoms. So hopefully this will help you ladies. Okay. So, like I said, there's many things that feed fibroids, believe it or not. And when I say feed fibroids, I mean it makes them grow bigger, in case you haven't heard that terminology before. So, in my workshop, in my Fibroid Free WorkShop, in case you have not heard about it, I am having a workshop on fibroids, on how to be fibroid free on Wednesday and Thursday. So this week, Wednesday and Thursday. And that's where I'll be covering everything that feeds fibroids. I'm going to be going more in depth in that workshop, and so in case you have not heard, I am having a workshop Wednesday and Thursday of this week, and literally in 4 more days. It's going to be a 2-day training on how to shrink your fibroids, and prevent them from coming back and get rid of them for good. Because as somebody that has struggled with fibroids, I have not gotten them back, thank God, and I got them twice before. So it's gonna be an absolutely amazing workshop. So if you have not already, go ahead and click the link in my caption and go ahead and register for that. The workshop is for any woman who wants to learn how to shrink her fibroids and does not naturally, holistically, and does not want to undergo surgery. All right. Also, it comes with a whole hour of Q&A each night, as well as a fibroid free grocery shopping list, a fibroid free meal plan, and also all the replays come with that as well. All right, so the price is $197, and like I said, we start in 4 days. So go ahead, if you are dealing with fibroids or you know somebody that is, go ahead and you can send them the link to register. The link that tells them all the information about the workshop. All right, so if you know somebody that's struggling with fibroids, send this to them. And if you're struggling with fibroids, like I said, go ahead and register. I would love to be able to help you one-on-one in the workshop, all right? Because let's become fibroid free for 2023. All right, guys. So, in case you guys are watching me for the first time, hi and welcome to my live, all right? My name is Sasha. For those who don't know me, I'm a holistic woman wellness coach, okay? I help women who are suffering from womb health issues. I help them engage in everyday healthy habits in order for them to heal holistically, okay? So my superpower is literally helping women heal their wombs from reproductive health issues, from overcome infertility, and also to create healthy habits, okay? Daily healthy habits in order to sustain their health, all right? So love what I do, passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about helping women and helping women put their power back into their own hands. And I've been able to help, thank God, been able to help many women, shrink their fibroids, heal, and also relieve symptoms from PCOS, endometriosis, ovarian cysts. I've also helped 3 women so far overcome infertility. Okay, these women were struggling with infertility for years, and were able to join my 12-week transformation program, and they were each able to get pregnant. One has already had her baby, so definitely a blessing. And I've helped hundreds of women be able to lose weight and also heal many other health issues as well, and balance out their hormones. So love what I do, passionate about what I do, and and want to help more women before 2023. Okay, so get healthy and also balance out their hormones and live healthy, happy lives. All right, so let's get into the topic. Okay, 5 things that feed fibroid tumors. So let's talk about what fibroids are in case people don't know, because there's so many people that ask me like, what are fibroids? I get that all the time. Basically, they're accumulation of toxins. That's pretty much what they are. Guys, I'm sorry for the weird lighting. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, they're basically an accumulation of toxins. They are fibroids that form in and around the uterus, and they're made of stagnant lymphatic mucus and waste. Okay, and they form in your uterus as tumors, and as scar tissue. They're pretty much scar tissue as well. So they form due to like a malfunctioning. It's a malfunction in your body's detoxification processes. That is why these fibroids form. Okay, and they form, like I said, in and around the uterus. They can be in the cavity of the uterus. They can be inside the uterus, and they can distort, the uterus as well, making the uterus bigger than what it really is supposed to be. All right, so of course you want to shrink fibroids if you do have them and get rid of them. Nobody should think that their fibroids are something that they have to live with, because you don't. I'm telling you right now. And fibroids can create a list of problems in your life, such as it can lead to miscarriages for women that are pregnant or want to be pregnant in the future. It can lead to heavy bleeding and pain, and it really, like I said, it can really do a number on your everyday life. So fibroids are not something that you want. If you don't have it, it's not something that you want. And if you do have it, there's something that you want to get rid of. You should not just, think that that's life, to live in a body, with fibroids. No, absolutely not. You don't have to live with fibroids. I'm telling you that right now, ladies. If you're listening to me, you don't have to live in a body with fibroids. Okay. I'm doing this because I'm trying to get the lighting right, but whatever. We're just gonna roll with it. Okay. So, like I said, they can wreak havoc on your health. They can wreak havoc in your body. They could do a lot of damage. Okay, so and they can get to the size of they can get really big in size. If you leave them alone and you don't address them, they can get really big in size. If you don't change your lifestyle, they can get really big in size. Okay. So hi, thank you guys for the hearts. Hey guys, hashtag live if you're watching me live. And don't forget to share the video, guys. So they can get really big. They can get to the size. They can get big, as big as a watermelon. They can get as big as a football. They can get really big. And it takes years, of course, for it to get to that. And you guys, I talk to women all the time, and there's many women, you'll be surprised, that are going through this right now, that are going through having fibroids this big. So I don't want you to think that if your fibroids are small and they're not causing you issues, that they never will if you don't address them. Like I said, they get worse as time goes on if you don't address them. Okay. So, one thing that women do is that we tend to wait until we're, really suffering before we do anything about our health. And we got to stop doing that. We have to stop doing that. Okay. We don't want to wait until these things grow so big in size before we actually start doing anything about them, so we got to start addressing fibroids. Once we find out we have them, we got to start doing whatever it takes to get rid of them, to shrink them and get rid of them. Okay. And not just having surgery, because like I said, I always say surgery, it grows right back with surgery if you don't change your lifestyle. Okay. So we got to stop looking for quick fixes, and we got to start doing lifestyle changes that are going to stop these things from developing and stop these things from growing and get rid of these things. Okay, so before I go into what feeds fibroids, let me give you guys some symptoms of fibroids, just in case you're not sure, because a lot of women are asymptomatic with fibroids. You'd be surprised. Constipation and bloating is definitely a symptom of fibroids. Anemia is a huge one. Many women that have fibroids are anemic because of the heavy bleeding, every month. And that's another thing that a lot of women have, is heavy bleeding. And I'm going to cover that in my workshop, how to get rid of heavy bleeding. Because I know that's part of what I'm going to cover in the Fibroid Free WorkShop. Because I know that can lead, like I said, it can lead to anemia, it can lead to many other health issues. And it's just, like I said, it impacts your everyday life, and it can be a lot dealing with that. So I'm gonna cover that in the workshop, how to get rid of heavy bleeding, how to get rid of anemia, not only how to shrink your fibroids, but all of that stuff that comes with it as well, how to alleviate the symptoms. Also, painful cramps are another thing that come with fibroids, that is a symptom of fibroids. Pain during sex, a lot of times for women. Infertility, at some women that have fibroids, some of them, not all, but are unable to get pregnant, because of the implantation, they can, the fibroid is blocking the egg from implanting. So also passing clots during your period as well, during your cycle, that is also unfortunately another symptom of fibroids. I'm going to teach you guys how to get rid of that as well in the workshop. because that, like I said, also can cause health issues. All right. So a lot of women that have fibroids are asymptomatic, just to let you guys know. They don't have the symptoms, but and a lot of women don't know because they don't have the symptoms. They don't know, and they don't find out until maybe they're pregnant, and they're going through the ultrasound and the doctor sees it. So that's the scary part when it comes to fibroids. You may have it and may not know. And like I said, I always say this statistic: 70% of women before age of 50 will get fibroids. So it's something that every woman should prevent, in my opinion, whether you have it or not. Every woman should want to prevent, okay? Because it's so common, okay? And it's like I said, if you don't have it, you don't want it. Because like I said, it can wreak a lot of havoc in your body, all right? And they only grow when you don't address it, okay? So you can have one symptom, and one of these symptoms and have fibroids. You can have none of these symptoms and have fibroids. Or you can have every single one, okay? It just literally depends on the woman, it depends on the person, it depends on the location of the fibroid. I've heard people having small fibroids and them causing lots of pain and, cramps and heavy bleeding and all sorts of things. So it just depends, okay? So a lot of women start off with no symptoms, with fibroids with no symptoms. That was me. I was one of those women that started off with no symptoms, and then they got worse over the years because, like I said, I wasn't changing my lifestyle. I didn't know what I know now. I wasn't changing my lifestyle. I was just living life, and I was doing what the doctor told me. Oh, just leave it alone. Because our doctors would literally tell women, especially Black women, just leave it alone. It's no big deal. We'll just watch it, which is the wrong advice that you can give a woman that has fibroids, okay? So we should know by now that there's just a lot of medical racism in the when it comes to the medical system. So we got to stop relying on them for our health and being slaves to them, because like I said, they don't really know much about fibroids. When it comes to Black women and fibroids, they don't listen to Black women that have fibroids. A lot of women are suffering in the dark due to fibroids, and they're not getting any type of help. They're being ignored by their doctors, like I was, and this is a very common issue. All right. So, I have a client right now that has really small fibroids, right? And they're not causing her any problems. And she's like, look, she came to me for other reasons as well, but one of the reasons she's coming to me right now while we're working together now is to shrink her fibroids and get rid of them. And they're very small. And she's like, look, I want to be proactive because I want to have children in the future, and I don't want these fibroids, number one, getting worse, and I don't want these fibroids getting in the way of me having children. And I was like, I wish more women thought like that and had that mindset when it came to fibroids, and not just wait until it literally impacts their everyday life before they do something about it. That is what most women do, but she was like proactive about it, So I wish more women were proactive about, shrinking their fibroids before they got worse, because of course they're a lot easier to shrink and get rid of the smaller they are. But unfortunately, like I said, women wait until they are bleeding half to death, till they are suffering, on a daily basis before they do something about their fibroids. And that is not what you want to do, okay? That's not what you want to do. We got to do better, especially Black women. We got to do better about our health. We got to do better because it's really getting bad out here, okay? I'm tired of hearing stories of people waiting until they're have one foot in the grave before they do something about their health. Like, we got to stop doing that, okay? So let's get into the topic. What feeds fibroids? Number one is alcohol, believe it or not. And that includes your wine. That does include your wine. Because I know a lot of people are going to say, does that include my wine? Yes, it does include your wine. Alcohol, okay? Fibroids thrive on an estrogenic environment. Fibroids thrive on an estrogenic environment, okay? So alcohol raises the estrogen levels in your body, all right? So alcohol also interferes with the hormone production in your body as well, all right? So alcohol, and the funny thing about alcohol is many women that have fibroids, they actually report feeling more increased pain when they do take in alcohol. They feel more pain, due to their fibroids, many women with fibroids. So that in itself tells you that women that have fibroids should not, while you're in the process of shrinking your fibroids, you need to leave the alcohol alone. Now, I'm not saying that you're never going to drink alcohol again, but just during the process of shrinking them, like there's certain things we want to let go of, right? All right. So with most women that have fibroids or any other reproductive health issue, I'm talking about endometriosis, ovarian cysts, PCOS, things that are these estrogenic, reproductive health issues. Your liver, that means that your liver function is poor, in case you did not know. So if you have fibroids, if you have endometriosis, if you have PCOS, if you have ovarian cysts, if you have heavy bleeding, any type of reproductive health issue, that means the function of your liver is poor, okay? Your liver is not, regulating your hormones the way it's supposed to. That means you have hormonal balances in your body, and your hormones, your liver is not regulating those hormones like they're supposed to, because that's your liver's job, to regulate your hormones, to break down your food, to process, to remove all the toxins and, bad stuff that we don't want in our bodies. But your body is not doing a good job with that. Hey, Rachel, heavy bleeding. Yes, that's a lot of women have heavy bleeding, and they don't understand that is in itself a reproductive health issue. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to also end your heavy bleeding in the workshop, in the Fibroid Free WorkShop, ladies. So in case you have not registered, go ahead and click the link in my caption, register. In 4 days, we're doing a Fibroid Free WorkShop, okay? We start on Wednesday, ladies. All right, so your liver, like I said, is vital for digesting your food, for removing those toxins and waste from your body, okay? And storing energy and regulating your hormones. So your liver function is already compromised when you have fibroids. So then why would you go ahead and pour alcohol in your body? Why would you do that? Why? Okay, why? You're already dealing with hormonal imbalances. You're already dealing with poor liver function, in case you didn't know. So alcohol is a no, ladies. When you are trying to heal from fibroids, alcohol is a no. Okay, when you are shrinking your fibroids, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, if you have fibroids, your body's dehydrated anyway. But that's a whole nother topic. But let's go to number 2. So alcohol. Hey, Nikki. Hey. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. So number 2 is caffeine. Say no to caffeine, and yes, that includes your morning coffee, ladies. Caffeine feeds fibroids. Okay. For some reason, caffeine is like coffee is like our country's drug of choice, and everybody's like addicted, which is weird, like it's crack. Okay, everybody has this huge addiction to coffee, like literally like it's crack. Okay, it's weird, but yes, coffee messes up your hormonal system, especially your female hormonal system. It does. So if you already have a compromised hormonal system, you already have hormonal imbalances, say no to coffee. Coffee dehydrates your tissues, okay? Making your tissues weaker, making you more susceptible as well to reproductive health issues, okay? So coffee destroys your uterus. It does, guys. Do your research. Coffee damages your heart even. So I know people who drink coffee who have high blood pressure. And I'm like, how? How you got high blood pressure and you drinking coffee? Like, what? But anyway, it also damages your liver, it damages your kidneys, and like I said, these things are already compromised when you have fibroids. Okay, so it's a no with the coffee. And yes, that includes decaf, because I know somebody's going to ask. Yes, coffee is a no. Hey, Lavette, I need to leave that coffee alone. Yes, girl, leave it alone. It's not working for us, okay, as women. We got to leave the coffee alone. For me, it was like the taste. Back then, I loved the taste of coffee. I didn't really need it to wake me up. I just needed like the taste. And if you need coffee to wake you up, that means that your diet is horrible. That means your diet is not giving your food is supposed to fuel you and give you energy. If you don't have energy, that's because of your lifestyle and because of your diet. We're gonna talk about that in the Fibroid Free WorkShop. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys how to eat in a way that your food is supposed to fuel you. Okay, that's why it's coming with meal plans and grocery shopping lists. And also, it's not gonna be any nasty food, guys. It's gonna be actually delicious, healthy foods that's gonna fuel your body. Okay. So don't think I'm just gonna have you eating lettuce. Absolutely not, okay? So if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I'm just against just eating like plain lettuce. No, and grass. No, we're gonna be eating amazing foods, okay? We're gonna be nourishing our bodies and feeding our bodies with nutrients and all the stuff that it loves, so we can have energy and our bodies can heal, okay? So, and the same thing goes to men that have prostate problems, because if you got prostate issues, if you guys know, if you guys are related to any man, or maybe your husband or something like that has any issues with his prostate, tell him to leave the coffee alone, okay? Tell him to leave the coffee alone. It's feeding the fibroids. It's feeding your fibroids. I promise you it's not worth it. That cup of coffee every morning is not worth it, okay? Number 3. Soy feeds fibroid tumors. Soy. And yes, that includes a lot of these vegan foods, a lot of these things that are labeled vegan, these vegan specialty items, a lot of them are filled with soy. These vegan burgers, these vegan sausages, Beyond Burger, a lot of them are filled with soy. So that's why I tell ladies, look at the ingredients. Soy is a no when you have fibroids. It's a no, okay? So that's why I said just because somebody's vegan does not mean they're healthy, okay? Even though I consider myself a plant-based vegan, because even though I'm vegan, I don't eat animal products. I'm more so on the plant-based side, right? Because I don't do, like, for the most part, I don't do like the trash vegan food, because there's so much trash vegan food out there. Okay, so soy products are a no. Soy-based products are a no. They're very inflammatory, okay? And they do feed fibroids. They also contain what is called xenoestrogens, okay? And I want you guys to also research this xenoestrogens. That's fake estrogen, that's synthetic estrogen, right? They mimic the estrogen. Once you put that in your body, the foods with xenoestrogens in your body, they mimic like your body's natural estrogen, right? So xenoestrogens, they're chemicals though. They're not real estrogen, they're fake estrogen, and they're chemicals that disrupts your body's hormonal balance. Okay, that's how dangerous they are. They're your body's hormonal functions, and they're also in birth control pills, but that's a whole nother story. They're considered endocrine disruptors, okay? So that's what they cause hormonal imbalances in your body. So when these chemicals get into our bodies, they have the ability to mimic the estrogen in our bodies, in our natural hormones, okay? And block our own hormone receptors, and that's why they lead to imbalances. So so when you have fibroids, you're already, hormonally sensitive. You're already hormonally vulnerable. You're already dealing with hormonal imbalances. So if you put in a whole bunch of xenoestrogens in your body, it's a no. So leave the soy alone, okay? If you are dealing with, if you are dealing with fibroids, then you gotta be careful. You gotta make sure that you're not doing things to feed these fibroids, okay? So the xenoestrogens are a no for everybody really, but especially if you have fibroids or any type of reproductive health issue, or if you have any type of, if you're watching this in your gut, if you have any prostate issues, fibroids are a no, okay? Because believe it or not, for women that have fibroid issues, a lot of things I want to say are also, go to men that have prostate issues, okay? So I'm also, in case any man is watching this, they have anything dealing with their prostate, or any man dealing with prostate issues. Because this is prostate problems and prostate cancers are at an all-time high, guys, okay? In case you did not know, okay? So that's another thing. I only address women, but I just want to throw that out there. All right, so say no to soy, say no to xenoestrogens, say no to anything with fake hormones like birth control pills. No, it's a no. Okay, we don't want to create, we already have a hormonal imbalances. We cannot continue to make it worse, okay? If so, that you're going to continue feeding that fibroid. It thrives off those fake hormones, the estrogen that's just creating excess estrogen in your body, okay? Number 4. Birth control. Yes, birth control. So there's a young lady that made a quote. I'm going to read to you guys a quote a young lady said. And it went viral. And a lot of like doctors that push birth control were upset, where she said something that was so true. An entire generation of women are prescribed birth control from the age of 14 for anyone dealing with acne or irregular periods, right? And that same generation of women are now dealing with hormonal imbalances, PCOS, depression, and infertility. And fibroids. You could include fibroids with that because that's included with hormonal imbalances. But you see the correlation? I'm not saying that it's only birth control that's the cause of what we're dealing with now, with so many women going through these reproductive health issues and infertility. No, it's not only fibroids, but at the same time, it's not only birth control, but at the same time, birth control does play a part. So a lot of women have been their moms put them on birth control when they were 13, 14 for things like, maybe they had troublesome periods or things like that. I had troublesome periods as a kid when I was a teenager as well, not knowing that was the start of the hormonal imbalances. That was the start of the excess estrogen. That was the start of estrogen dominance taking over in my body, pretty much. If I would know what I would have known now, I would not have suffered from years of, going to the nurse's office every month, when I was in high school. But that's neither here or there. So birth control's a no. If you're watching this and you have a daughter, please, and she's on birth control, she's a teenager, she's under 18, please take her off, please. Please, we don't need any more women dealing with these things. Birth control is horrible, guys. It's horrible. Many factors, like I said, many factors contribute to a problem. Many factors contribute to where we are now, but birth control plays a huge role, okay? Women with fibroids, they use birth control. So what women do is they use birth control to deal with the fibroid symptoms. So they use birth control to regulate their period. They use birth control to deal with the heavy bleeding. They use birth control maybe to deal with the cramps. That's what they do. But that's actually making the problem worse in the long run. So what you're just doing is balance, like I said, managing the symptoms. What you don't want to do, you don't want to be in this state of I'm just going to manage the symptoms for the rest of my life. I'm never going to heal the problem. I'm just going to manage the symptoms for the rest of my life, because guess what? That doesn't work. It doesn't work long term, guys. So I want you guys to start thinking long term when it comes to your health and not short term. Okay? So here's the caveat with using birth control to balance out your period when you have fibroids. Birth control feeds fibroid tumors, guys. It does. It makes them grow larger. Do your research. Birth control makes fibroids grow larger. Birth control pills suppresses your body's natural hormones, right? And it floods your body with synthetic hormones. Okay, that we just talked about. They mimic the estrogen and the hormones in your body. And they create like this fake period, and they've also create nutritional deficiencies. They increase risk of blood clots. They create hormonal imbalances and also other complications as well in your body, because it's suppressing your own natural hormones. And remember that if you are taking birth control, your liver is working overtime to detox those excess hormones and those excess estrogens out of your body. So remember, if you have fibroids, you're already dealing with a poor liver function. So now you throw in this birth control pills, and now you're putting extra pressure on your liver when you already have a poor liver function. So what is that going to create, right? That is why a lot of women that take birth control end up with so many health issues, and they don't put two and two together. They don't put two and two together. Like, no, it was the birth control that you took for 10 years. They don't get it. They don't get it. And, these doctors are pushing birth control on women with fibroids. That's what makes me upset. So you're creating a harmful environment in your body when you are taking birth control. You're creating a very harmful environment in your body. Your body is not made to take in synthetic hormones. Your body is trying to process your own natural hormones, and now you're flooding it with synthetic hormones. What do you expect your body to do? Okay? So, like I said, you say no to birth control. It creates an environment. It's a hormonal recipe for a disaster in your body. Okay, it's a no. It makes fibroids worse, guys. Leads to infertility. A lot of times it can lead to infertility as well. Birth control. Okay. So, number five, unhealthy body fat. Okay. Now this one's a little controversial. People are going to get upset about this, but I have to tell you the truth. As a health coach, as a womb and wellness coach, I gotta tell you the truth. Okay, excess body fat, especially in the midsection, especially in the thighs, especially in the hips. What we Black women call is thick. Okay, a lot of times, fat are excess fat cells, right? They make more estrogen. Excess fat cells in our bodies just create more estrogen, and when you have fibroids, you already have elevated levels of estrogen. So how is your body going to get rid of these elevated levels of estrogen if you have excess weight on you? Okay, so it's very important to lose the weight. I'm also going to cover that in the workshop, in the Fibroid Free WorkShop. The ladies that are dealing with, because I'm going to do one-on-ones in the workshop as well. So the ladies that are dealing with their weight issues, I'm going to be also helping you guys during the Fibroid Free WorkShop as well, because that's another part of shrinking the fibroids. We got to get down to healthy weights. Healthy weight, okay? So your goal should be regulating your estrogen levels. If you have fibroids, that should be your goal, because we're trying to shrink these fibroids, right? That in itself means that we want to be a healthy weight. And I'm not saying that everybody that has fibroids is on a healthy weight, because that is not true. But if you are, you know, you got to get down to healthy weight. You got to lose the weight, because fat tissue stores excess estrogen. Excess fat tissue stores excess estrogen, okay? So being overweight does cause your hormonal levels to be higher. And there has been studies that show there's a correlation between being overweight and being obese and fibroids, okay? Or just any other reproductive health issues, or even infertility. Or we gotta get down to healthier weight, ladies. We gotta, and if you need help with that, like I said, and you have fibroids, get into this workshop, number one. And number two, I've helped hundreds of women lose weight. So if you need help with that, I got you. But just get in this seminar, in this workshop, okay? And so I can help you, you know, I can help you in also lose weight, but also in a way it's going to benefit your body in a healthy way. Okay. In a healthy way that's going to benefit your body. It's going to help you shrink your fibroids at the same time. Okay. I'm not just going to put you on a diet plan and just leave you by. No, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you if you are, overweight and you are going to be in this Fibroid Free workshop. All right. So I say all that to say, if you have not joined, if you haven't registered for the Fibroid Free workshop, click the link in my caption. If you're watching this on YouTube, because I'm gonna put this on YouTube too. The link is gonna be in my description box. The Fibroid Free workshop is gonna be on Wednesday and Thursday from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's gonna be absolutely amazing, guys. I'm gonna teach you everything I teach my clients on how to shrink your fibroids and get rid of them for good and prevent them from coming back. So you don't have to deal with these things 10 years from now, 20 years from now. There's women in their 50s dealing with fibroids. You don't want that to be you, okay? And that is why so many women are now doing hysterectomies, getting hysterectomies. 1 out of 3 women gets a hysterectomy, before 60. You don't want that to be you. We're not trying to remove our uterus, because that comes with a whole host of other problems. But yes, get into this workshop. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's $197. It's going to come with a Fibroid Free grocery shopping list, Fibroid Free meal plan with amazing things on there, by the way. Also going to come with Q&A, 1 hour of Q&A each night of the training, and you'll also get all the replays from the training. So I'm super excited for the women that have joined. I'm going to go through how and why fibroids develop. I'm going to cover that in the training. I'm also going to cover a step-by-step process on how to shrink your fibroids and cysts and get rid of them for good. How to heal your anemia, okay? How to get rid of heavy bleeding. So if you have heavy bleeding and clots because of fibroids, you need to be in this workshop. Also, I'm going to cover how to prevent them from ever coming back, because once we get rid of them, we don't want them back. We don't want them back, right? So I'm gonna cover that in the workshop, and also how to avoid having a hysterectomy ever, okay, and a myomectomy ever. All right, ladies. So like I said, have you ever taken any of Queen Afu's programs? No, I haven't. I know who that is, but I haven't taken any of her programs. But yes. So go ahead and register if you have not already. And yeah, I'm excited. I cannot wait. I'm doing this on Zoom so I can talk to you guys back and forth. And help you, like I said, during the workshop back and forth. So I can help you ladies on one by one on the workshop. And, me helping you is also going to help another woman who's as well, because I'm sure that many of us in the workshop, many women that are in the workshop are dealing with the same issues. Okay. So super excited. It's on Wednesdays, literally in 4 days. So go ahead and join November 2nd. All right. So we can, start stringing these damn fibroids. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much it. Love you guys. Thank you guys for joining me on a Saturday. Like I said, if you have any questions about the workshop, the Fibroid Free workshop, feel free to send me a DM. All right, if you have a question. Also, like I said, all the information about the workshop is in my caption. Click the link to order to register. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me, ladies. All right, that's pretty much it. All right, love y'all. Talk to you guys later. Bye.